Now, there is one area, in my opinion, where I feel like the martial arts are sand. If we're using the biblical metaphor of not building your foundation on sand, building on rock. Blessed be the Lord. Now, some translations say my strength. In the translation I use for my student creed, I use my strength. But some translations say my rock. So blessed be the Lord, my rock, who teaches my hands to war and my fingers to fight. I think that even though I'm really, of course, I'm really into martial arts, but your inner core, your inner strength, your inner spirit, where you need to tune up your mind and your body, I think that has to be biblical. A lot of people say that martial arts could train mind, body, and spirit. See, I've tried to use it to train mind, body, and spirit. I've gotten it to really do like body, mind. Spirit, not so much. Some, yes. But the thing that really got me into body and spirit, mind and spirit. Still working on the body because I got a stubborn flesh, I tell you. And it's not all my fault, but hey, I just know that for various reasons I'm not going to go into. Got some stubborn flesh. But the things that really made me just absolutely change my character and be more sturdy and stable, that was Bible. That was the Word of God. What you can use the martial arts for, which to me helps, it's like it augments the Word of God, but you need the Word of God first. Because the martial arts it can help you control just the physical responses to stuff. You can breathe easier instead of being tense, and you can endure more pain, and you can be more physically flexible. Some of that will bleed over into the mental. But to really get at that spirit, get really down deep in there, the only thing that's done that for me is the Word of God. So you're talking to a guy who, according to what some people have told me, I attained nirvana at one point. I don't see how that was nirvana. Because I felt like, I had this grand, moment of peace and consciousness, and I saw that we are all one and all that. But I was still the same old Cecil, though. I didn't really change in my value core. Not to me, I didn't really change that. To me, the only thing that changed that was the Word of God. That's the only thing that's helped me really change and get at that. Ultimately, really, truly help. The martial arts did help a lot. But see, that's what it's for, though. They say it's for the perfecting of character. It's for the perfecting of character so you can control your character in violent encounters. And some people are able to take some of that over to the rest of the encounters in life. But to me, the rest of the encounters in life, it's my opinion, to me, that took the Word of God. Now, what I do like about the martial arts is you can take your biblical principles, and it's a good area to look at that you can use that's a small enough of a, what's the word? Say a small enough of a system to where you can readily see how biblical principles can play out. Because your actual life, to me, has too many tentacles for you to necessarily see how it'll play out, per se. That's probably why, like, a lot of people will pick, like, their finances, or they'll pick their weight, or they'll pick, I need to control my temper, or they'll pick, I'm going to work on this particular relationship, or my career, or something like that. They'll pick that one thing and start putting the biblical principles on it. Because if you just try to just put it all out there at the same time. I guess it's like trying to grab too many things at the same time. Because for me, once I can see how something works, oh, it's going to work in this physical confrontation. You know what? Let me step back now, and I'm going to take these biblical principles and then apply them to interpersonal communications, interpersonal conflicts. Now, I know people have written books about verbal judo and stuff like that, and I'm not poo-pooing those. I'm not, because a lot of times what I've read about Aikido, it'll teach you to take your opponent's negative energy and redirect it. You do that physically. Now, how can we do that emotionally? How can we do that, mentally? How can we do that with conversations? How can we do that with words? So, for me, I've actually found that the Bible, biblical teachings, read it for yourself. Don't just go by what somebody else says. And in fact, if you see a passage you like that you think that helps you, it's easier than ever to go to BibleGateway.com, look at different translations of that verse to give you more reflection, and look at applying it that way. To me, that's how I merge the two. And I'm letting God use the martial arts to train me for war physically. And I need his word to get into the mental and spiritual. And and I need him. I'm asking him. Well, I'm asking right now, God, help me get your word too into my body physically, so you can even take that to the next level, Lord. Peace.